Alright, Trauma, my favorite part of the day is being able to hit all these badass community customs. We have some really cool stuff, and I have so much of it that's been building up that I'm actually going to display it in a part 1 and a part 2. So this will be part 1. Part 2 will come out a little bit later today. I just got to do some final touches on that one, and then I will share that with you guys. Just so you know, this is I think my 3rd episode straight, and I haven't been able to get back to absolutely nobody's comments. So if I haven't replied yet, trust me, I'm going to get to it today. So please by no means think that I'm ignoring anybody. Keep commenting, keep liking, keep sharing, keep talking amongst yourselves, and I will go ahead and jump into the conversation soon enough. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and break down these badass customs, because there is some good stuff we got today. Alright, Trial Mob, so our first custom comes from Tora Dao, and as you can see, this right here is a Planet Green Valley figure dressed as basically, I want to say this is a female Spartan. Now, I'm not sure if it's because of the proportions of Planet Green Valley. Again, I've never bought one. I haven't had one in my hand to tell you how good they are, but this looks really badass. Maybe it's the proportions, maybe it's the armor, maybe it's just the whole combination of both, but the shield looks great, the armor looks awesome, the spear looks great. I mean, this looks fairly accurate to what I imagine, you know, an actual Spartan female figure would look like. And again, I think the proportions really help the fact that Planet Green Valley does have kind of thinner, slimmer, longer bodies. I think that's going to look, that's going to go well, which really brings the question, what else could Planet Green Valley do as a company to bring out other lines? This could definitely work. Now here we do get a back shot so that we can see more, and as you can tell, there is a sword in there, but as you can tell, that's a different head on top. I'm not quite sure who that is right there. That actually might look like an Acid Rain figure, but the body itself is still Planet Green Valley. But again, just a beautiful custom overall. And then of course here we get a more dynamic shot with that cape flowing. Definitely badass, and nice scenery overall in the background. Now next up, we do have a little something from Watrin Hanshin, and this is a Neo Sengoku samurai, basically a robot samurai, and this looks incredible, absolutely amazing, down to the fact that he does have actual fabric around the waist that basically like cape that goes down below the waist. I don't know what that specifically is called, kind of like what the ARC Troopers have, but damn is this fucking incredible. I'm a really big fan of samurai stuff, and this one really scratches that itch in every single possible way. I mean, who doesn't want cybernetic robotic samurai that actually look really badass? I can't tell what the base body is for this, but this is just look at how incredible that looks. And I believe that's an Anubis on his right shoulder, 2 swords. He looks very well articulated. There's a lot of paint and coloring to him. Again, I can't tell you if this is, you know, what kind of base body this was used, but I don't care. Somebody somewhere needs to see these photos, pick this guy up, and make these figures, because I would drop serious cash if I can get these, especially 1/18th scale. And personally, I wouldn't want them to hold back in any kind of way. What we see here is perfect. Don't change this formula. Don't knock it down. Just raise your price if that's what it takes to get this exact same figure the way it looks, with other samurai that would go with it, because this would be just a gnarly collection to have. Here we just get a stoic shot from the front, and just, again, great looks. And then really cool here at the end, we basically get the same figure but with some of the extra pieces taken off, so we can see what the base body looks like. So if anyone recognizes this from something, let me know what you think this is. But overall, I think this is an incredible looking piece. I would definitely want this in multiple variants. Now coming to you from Caleb Cross, we do get Tyler Rake from Extraction. This is basically Chris Hemsworth's character in his debut movie, where he was I don't quite remember the exact storyline, but it's a lot of people said this was his version of John Wick, and I would say that that was pretty accurate. Now this looks really nice. This has to be a Joy Toy underbody. If it's not, if you guys are recognizing it from something else, let me know. But the guns look good, the face looks fairly accurate for a 1/18th scale. I could definitely see some of Chris Hemsworth in it, and it's a badass piece. There was definitely no details spared here. As you can see, the weapons look good, the armor looks good. I'm not quite sure, again, what base body this is, or if there's painting done onto it to make it look in this fashion, but I think for the most part, this really nails what we saw in the movie. Here's a quick breakdown of everything that he comes with: pistols, shotgun, knife, and that assault rifle there. I don't know if that's an M4 carbine, but it's a beautiful looking piece. This is the kind of gun that I wish I could get with more of my figures because it just looks awesome. And it even comes with the shoulder straps, which is absolutely incredible. Now this definitely has to be a Joy Toy base body, because that's exactly what it looks like to me. I can tell from the hands. Maybe the lower body could be from something else, but again, you're going to get some pretty good articulation out of this, and you're going to be able to strike some pretty movie accurate poses. Now this right here, I can't tell if he animated it in or if he has maybe an effect piece that goes into the end of that pistol, but all I'm going to say is just seeing this here makes me want every single Joy Toy to come with effects like that, because that would be really badass, especially if you have, like, let's say a diorama and you have some people shooting, some people not. You can make it look realistic in that fashion, and that would be very awesome to have. So Joy Toy, if you're listening to this, consider doing something like that. He even has one for the pistol. Now it could be the same one, but the fact that it even looks like that is pretty badass. Now this is from Joe Bunn Customs, and we've covered his stuff before by John Orland. Now this is from Starcraft 2. This is Kerrigan. Here she is shown wearing her ghost suit, which I'm not quite sure what that means. I've never played this before, but I have seen the character, and this is a pretty awesome rendition. Again, I can't tell what this is in terms of the base body, but it does look pretty badass overall. Now I do want to say that the gun she is holding is custom. Somebody must have 3D printed that, because it does look, basically from what I can recall, what it actually looks like in game. I have seen it a few times, so this is a pretty accurate look for from at least what I can understand. If anybody knows what exactly the ghost suit is, please let me know so I can get a better understanding of why this is important. But even with all the armor around her, as you can tell, she can almost look, or I'm pretty sure if you finesse it a little more, you can get her to look down sight. So this is awesome, and I'm pretty sure if there's more photos of her and her articulation, this was done very nicely. Here we do get a nice back shot, and as you can tell, there's definitely a lot of leeway there in the hip, so you'll be able to get a lot of articulation. And then that back piece right there, that circle, as far as I can tell, it's really accurate to the actual figure itself. So again, kudos to not just the accuracy, but overall the well build on this figure.